Greetings, survivors and friends. Shadowfrax here once again to illuminate you with what's going on in Rust's development this week, and this one is kind of a calm before the storm update, as the hidden knobs and dials of the electricity system continue to be tweaked and turned in preparation for a hopeful merger to main next Thursday. Unlike last week, there are no new components as such, but there are a few changes. Wires can now punch directly through walls without needing a cable tunnel. That item's being scrapped, and if you whip your tool out, you'll get a lot more info now when looking at things. Connection points are highlighted for you, along with power levels and what they're connected to, and wiring everything up is done directly now instead of with the old radial system. You can see what length and how many nodes are left for the current run of wire, and it'll even tell you when and why you're being an idiot and doing something that doesn't work. Other changes include being able to remove individual connections by holding the right mouse button on them instead of having to unwire the whole thing. Small generator power output is 100 now, door controllers can open ladder hatches, and there's a proper world model for the wire tool, so you can tell easily when someone's about to lay some cable. We've still got another week of tweakage before this potentially goes live, and you can expect more changes, along with details such as exactly how and where we'll get our hands on all this stuff in-game in my next update video, so stay tuned. Also, if you fancy giving yourself a brain aneurysm, then check out my previous vid for instructions on how to make this horrific piece of kit behind me. Shameless plug. In other news, scientist behaviour received more attention this week, with the lads in the labs now having the same AI as the rest of the Blue Man group next door in the military tunnels. They shouldn't be able to poke their guns through thin walls either now, which was a filthy habit. The hunting bow has received a bit of love too, and now, as well as feeling more responsive, a reloading bug was fixed which could affect you during continuous fire. So that's nice. No more news on the next big shooty stick, the M39, I'm afraid, which technically is an amalgamation of a couple of different weapons, but I'm no expert. Apart from the small bit of footage I showed you previously, there's nothing much else to give you yet, and it hasn't been added to staging either, but maybe, just maybe, something will surface next week. You will have seen in the thumbnail a much better picture of the new oil rig monument, and apart from one or two parts, it is mostly textured now and looking a lot more slick. From these shots we can see the layout much clearer. For instance, it has a total of 7 levels, plus a helipad of course, and the interior looks to be quite interesting to navigate. I'm sure it'll continue to be refined over the next week, but I don't know yet whether it'll be barreling its way onto the main branch then, so stay tuned, and I'll try to keep you well informed. Lastly, because this is obviously something you absolutely need to know, the Rust website has had a makeover and looks that little bit sexier. The commits list now works again too, and you can see it going all the way back to the beginning of time, just in case you need a cure for insomnia one night. Please rub the like and subscribe buttons gently until something happens, and wiggle the notification bell firmly. Not that it does much, but it looks nice at least. One of the surest ways of being notified of any new videos though is to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, or my Steam group. Oh, and I'm on Twitch too sometimes, so do that and I'll catch you all soon. But in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio.